story of AnthropoSophia and the Holy Grail, fairy tale of faith, hope and angelic guidance. On the 22nd of July, we did a ceremony with the heartbeat of the Magdalene energies, accompanied by chalice light codes from 7 flames of the Divine Feminine. During this meditation, we played 777 eternal heartbeats of Glastonbury Tor inside St. Michael's Tower to pulse the Magdalene energies into the planetary grid. People joined in by listening to the same heartbeat at the same time on YouTube while filling hearts of stone with rose petal prayers of peace. Like this, we create a pacemaker for our Mother Earth. We were joined by people in Spain, Switzerland, Germany and Scotland. One heartbeat, one love, one divine feminine energy to bring peace on Earth. The floor was shaking when I anchored the energies of this magic into the planetary grid via the vibrating walls of the tower, like I had done 1,000 times before. The next day, I started to create my first ever keynote presentation to give a talk about my divinely orchestrated Peacemaker project. By dedicating my life to the Divine Feminine during the last 4 years, I have found my soul purpose and accessed my past lives under the guidance of Archangel Michael. I have been documenting the whole journey on YouTube and my Medium channel, but I hadn't been able to give an update about the last 4 months when I connected the magic of my life with the life of Steiner. It's all about AnthropoSophia, the relationship of humanity with the divine feminine wisdom. So here are the first 7 pages of my first ever keynote presentation, followed by its divine confirmation. The name is AnthropoSophia and the Holy Grail, a fairy tale of faith, hope and angelic guidance to bring peace on earth. Following in the footsteps of Elijah, St. John the Baptist, Rudolf Steiner and many others that dedicated their lives to the light of Christ in service of the Divine Feminine Mother and the Divine Father. The Peacemaker is the new covenant of Christ revealed, one heartbeat to unite us all. The Bible speaks of 7 different covenants from Genesis to Revelation. Within each covenant are 4 elements: the promises, the terms, the blood, and the seal. The promise is peace on earth. The term is that 7,000 pacemakers of St. Michael's Tower vibrations in churches, mosques and synagogues will create one peacemaker. The blood of this covenant was mine. It was spilled on day 1 on my drum, 1 year later from my hand when I received 7 stitches on the inside and 13 on the outside of my left palm. After 2 years when I was bitten by a crystal skull during a pilgrimage from St. Michael's Mount to Merlin's Cave. The seal of this covenant is the Messianic seal of Jerusalem, as it is represented in the shrine of AnthropoSophia, with an oil lamp with 7 flames, a Star of David, and a fish. This seal is also called the Star of Hope, as it represents the spiritual union of Jews and Gentiles, the moment all religions will be equal before God. It's the earliest Christian symbol and was found on a 2,000-year-old lamp oil vessel on Mount Zion. After I had finished the 7th page of my keynote, it was 3:30 a.m. on the 24th of July, and my work for the day was done. When I woke, I saw that a crop circle had appeared on the morning of the 23rd. My heart skipped a beat when I realized that it was a 7-pointed star of hope with a slightly smaller 7-pointed star nestled inside. It reminded me of my chariot of fire. That's what I call the 3 7-flamed oil lamps on top of each other. So I looked for a picture of it from Trinity Sunday 2022, when it manifested, to compare it with the circle. It was pretty much a perfect match, as the bottom 2 lamps are offset, one a little bit smaller than the other. Like this, the 14 flames matched the tips of the 14 points of the cross-made Star of Hope. When I looked closer at the picture, I noticed the drawing to the left that my daughter had made just before the manifestation of my chariot of fire. I had asked her to draw the sign for the Aquarian Age under the fish of the Messianic seal of Jerusalem, to mark this moment in time right now, with the Piscean Age diving into the waves of the Aquarian Age. Considering the fact that the last thing I wrote before I went to bed the night before was about the Messianic seal, I saw this as a beautiful confirmation from the universe. But this wasn't the only confirmation. When I had researched the spiritual facts of my life with the help of Rudolf Steiner's archive, I had noticed the logo of the website. It looked a bit like a flower, and when I put it on top of the crop circle, it seemed to morph into one piece of art. Turns out that it is Steiner's planetary seal of the sun, the second seal, confirmed by the same Star of Hope. Last year on the 8th of July, there was a crop circle that looked just like the top lamp of the chariot. Now the complete chariot of fire has been mirrored in 2 crop circles as part of the same story. The first crop circle of the 2024 season seemed to resemble the shrine set up of the 3rd tabernacle I had built on Ibiza. It had burned down a few weeks after, which had reminded me of the first Goetheanum, which had also burned down. As I was working on a presentation of my book, I had to design a different cover for the upright version, AnthropoSophia and the Holy Grail, the relationship of humanity and the divine feminine wisdom restored, written on top of a picture of her grail illuminated by the flames of Christ. I decided to use this picture to create my first ever business card. After 4 years on this quest, all the signs told me that the time is now to take it to the next level. On Saturday the 27th, I went into Glastonbury to get a few of these cards printed, and then I walked up the tour to anchor the energies in the tower. A group of Spanish-speaking folk came in with a woman dressed in red, and I overheard one of them talking about feeling that something had happened here. I shared my insights about the Holy Mother, the sacrifice of Richard Whiting, and the relationship of humanity with the divine feminine wisdom is rippling out into the world from here through the planetary grid. I then accompanied the ceremony with my drum for about 15 minutes, during which the women fell into a trance. It was a very powerful channeling of energies that seemed to do exactly what it said on my card. So I handed 3 of them out to the group. Straight afterwards, the women that had circled the tower before entered to go on a group journey with the drums for another 15 minutes, yet again restoring the relationship of humanity and the divine feminine wisdom. They were a group of doulas, midwives, with their teacher, and I obviously had to give them 3 of my cards as well. When I asked if they knew who the group before them were, the woman replied, "She's a Mexican medium channeling the energies of Sophia." "Did you see what it says on the card? It says AnthropoSophia and the Holy Grail." "Yes, I saw what it says on the card, and my name is Grail." I had a flashback to the time when my booklet, Grail Magic Night, and my mission for the Divine Feminine was confirmed by a 007 silver bar in the tower in the same way. But that's a different part of the same story. As to this part, try to think of a way in which Spirit could confirm a soul purpose to restore the relationship of humanity and the Divine Feminine wisdom in a more beautiful way. Try to think of a way in which the forces in charge could confirm the authenticity of AnthropoSophia and the Holy Grail, a fairy tale of faith, hope, and angelic guidance to bring peace on earth, in a truly biblical sense. The Bible is full of stories of people who dedicate their lives to the divine, and the miracles that accompany these lives made people see that their guidance is real. This is just another one of those stories of someone dedicating his life to the Divine Feminine, and the fact that she has to be reintroduced into the Holy Trinity consciously, globally, eternally, in love. Starting in Glastonbury, Avalon, the heart chakra of the world, which is considered by many to be the New Jerusalem, the anchoring point of the Aquarian Age. It has already happened, and what you have been reading just now is the final chapter of the divinely guided anthroposophical autobiography called AnthropoSophia and the Holy Grail. This story is obviously connected to the teachings and prophecies of Rudolf Steiner, and this last chapter is about how I connected my life to his, since I made contact with his energies at the Goetheanum since February 2024. The clues to be explained in the final chapter are: the concept of St. Michael's tower vibrations matches his prophesied reappearance of Christ in the etheric and many other themes of his teachings. The Grail being lit with the flames of Christ in St. John's Church, Glastonbury, on Holy Saturday, the 99-year anniversary of Steiner's death. The 7 flames of my lamp match the 7 rubies representing the 7 roses on his Rosicrucian cross on his gravestone, and my pendant of 7 flame matches his Rosicrucian pendant with 7 roses. And last but not least, where it all started to become real, the fact that the Aurora Borealis represented the conscious reappearance of Christ in the etheric and the return of the spirit of Steiner. From here, I need help. All the help I can get to spread this story. I need help to raise the energy to write everything down in peace, and therefore I need financial help. So anyone that can donate to this cause of restoring the relationship of humanity and the Divine Feminine wisdom, every donation gets a PDF of the whole chapter, everything explained with the pictures, the videos, and yeah, this is what I have to do. We are so blessed for what we are about to receive. May the love make us truly thankful. Amen.